Okay, let's get started. And sorry for inconvenience for last 2 days.
No, it's okay,
No,
bro.
no,
I
it's
totally
okay, bro. I
understand.
totally understand. Okay, so let me go for this session before getting into it. So yeah, tell me that what all you came to know and what all you have in struggles when came to analyze the chart. Uh, Give me some brief outlook about uh, the trading, analyzing and the trading knowledge, where you are struggling, keep struggling when it came to the
Okay.
chart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
tell you.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
So
So
normally, bro,
normally,
I've
bro,
been
I've been
doing this
doing
from
this
long
from
time, but
long time, but
I've not
have not
succeeded in
succeeded in
because I do
because
not
I
know
do not
because
know
there are a
because
lot
a
of
lot
junk in
of
money.
junk in money. So how you analyzing the chart when it came to any what you looking for when it came to the chart or
So
when you start looking
normally,
for analyzing it?
so
So
whenever I
whenever
watch
I watch
out,
out,
the
the
problem is I
problem
do
is I
not
do
know the
not know
trend
the trend
itself. I
itself. I
mark it
market
differently.
differently. So you don't look for anything. You just look for some key level, some liquidity.
Yeah, key
Yeah,
level
key level
also I
also
have
I
an
have an
issue.
issue.
Key
Key
level,
level,
sometimes
sometimes
I
I
do
do
not
not
understand
understand
what
what
is
is
key
key
level,
level,
what
what
is
is
not
not
key
key
level.
level. Okay. Okay. So before getting into it,
Uh,
you have issues in the basic stuff like key levels and the market structures. What is the trend? Current trend is that. So you have issues with the basic stuff. So we need to cover the basic stuff before getting to
yes, bro. Because
deeply
I
analyze.
want to
Yeah.
start
Start
with
with
zero,
zero,
bro.
bro,
Because
because
all
all
junk
junk
in
in
mind,
mind,
I
I
just
just
wanted to
wanted to
remove.
remove. Okay, okay. So the thing is, when it came to whatever the strategy, everything based on only three things, like the first thing was the structure. That the structure is very important one. I hope you all watch my videos on the library that I have explained about each and every topic about the structure, the security, and the key level.
Right.
Let me catch up the new thing also. So when it came to that that structure shows you what is the current trend, what is the direction we are in. That is the meaning of the structure. Understand? So the structure means normally if you are looking for some kind of chart, if you go for some kind of chart, there will be a lots of candle here, right? So
Right.
how you need to analyze here is, you all know that you normally view like this on the daily time frame. How it look like? A candle is dropping like that, right?
Right.
Right. And it making some bullish move, right?
Right.
So the structure is changed from bearish to bullish. Why? Because of the daily time frame. Each candle takes a daily time frame, right? Each candle is contains 24 hours time frame here. So if it look like this on the daily time frame, we can confirm that the structure changed from bearish trend to bullish trend. Am I right? So,
Right.
what is the last point of the bearish structure? You can see this is the last trend from this level to this level,
Right.
right? Before it changing the direction, this is the last trend,
Okay.
right? So, in this last trend, forget what happening now. So, just look onto it. In this trend, in this bearish trend, you can see here market has broken this structure to the downside. Am I right? If
Right.
you have any doubt, you can look for the line chart. Here you can see
Oh,
in the line chart, a market has broken structure to the downside.
okay.
Understand?
Yeah.
So the top high was here, the top low was the least point of the downside was here, right?
Right.
Now, what you need to do here is, this candle, this level is the reason for this downside. Understand? This level is the reason for making this downside, for
Right.
this downside. Understand?
Okay.
So here, what you need to do here is the thing, when a candle broke that structure, that is the breakout structure.
Okay.
You understand? If it not break that, then it started to continue selling. But
Okay.
when it break that, it will change the trend to the upside.
Okay.
Understand? So what you need to do is you need to mark the last level, the last range. In this range, this is the reason for breaking a structure to the downside. Why? Because a candle make this move and trying to go upside here. Understand? In
Okay.
this level, in this level, it started to selling to the downside.
Okay.
Okay. So here, this is the reason for a buyers has what failed to hold, the sellers get attractive here and they make sell to bring the sell. Understand? So that is the point where sellers has most active here, right? This is the
Right.
area where the sellers are more active. So when we broke the structure by a buyers, we came to the point that we are in the bullish trend. Understand?
Okay.
So
Okay.
how you analyze the trend? You need to mark what is the current trend, and you need to know what is the reason for a recent breakout structure. Okay, if we broke that level, that is the breakout structure. Understand?
Okay.
So the breakout structure is always the reason for changing the trend from one direction to another direction.
Okay. Okay.
Understand? Now we have broken the structure to the upside. Right. Now you need to know that we have a two types of trend, bullish trend and bearish trend. Right? We have two types of trend. In this trend, in this bullish, we have two types of move. What are the types of move we have?
Sorry.
Buys and
Buy
sells.
and sell.
Right? In a
Right.
bullish trend, we have the buys and trends, and the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
like that. In the bearish trend, we have buys and sells.
Sell.
Okay. In both trend, we have these two types of moves. A buys, otherwise sells.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Right.
Now, in the bullish trend, so what it mean by bullish trend? When a candle change the direction from one to another, right?
Okay.
This is the bullish trend. In a higher time frame, it is changed the direction by a breaking a structure to the upside. This is the bullish trend. In the bullish trend, what are the cells are happening? What are the cells are happening? That is a retracement.
Okay.
Okay. What are the buys are happening? That is the expansion.
Expansion.
Understand?
Okay.
So in the bullish trend, what are the cells are happening is the retracement. What are the buys are happening is the expansion. Did you understand?
Yes.
So we have these two types of here. So the first one is expansion
Okay.
and the
So
cells
retrace.
is retracement. So how we keep in mind here, the buys, the whatever we are happening on. So this is the retracement. So here, what the happening on the buys in the bullish trend, understand? That is the expansion for reaching new highs.
Okay.
What is happening on the cells is it is the reason for giving you the buying opportunity.
Okay.
If that is sell is happening means it's going to give you the buy opportunity to enter the market. Understand? If it is the
Okay.
bullish trend or the bearish trend, the market doesn't give you only a buy moves or only sell moves. It always give you buy move and it give you some sell move. It give you a buy move and sell move. Like it's making a new higher high at the lower low or higher high and the lower high like that, right? For making a new trend. So what you need to concentrate here is, you need to understand the trend. So the current trend was
Okay.
bullish. Okay, the current trend was bullish, and the current move was. You can see here the current trend was bullish. The current move was
Bullish.
retracement.
Retracement.
Understand? It's making a sell move, right? So that
Okay.
is the retracement. So
Okay.
when the retracement broke a structure to the downside.
Okay.
Understand? If the retracement broke a structure to the downside, then we can confirm the trend going to be changed once again.
Okay. Downside.
Understand? The bullish trend will be changed If it break downside, it will change as a bearish trend. So it
Okay.
makes up move and it makes the lower low like this. Understand?
Okay.
So yet always we told you that the buy expansion move, right? When you are seeing the expansion move, that is the permanent move. When you are seeing the retracement move, that can be a permanent or that can be a retracement. Did you understand what I mean?
Okay.
If the sell move was happening here means, if the sell move was happening, that is the retracement. It can take some liquidity, it can trigger by a key level, and it may change the direction by to expansion like this. Did you
Okay.
understand what I mean?
Okay.
It
Right.
came to take
Right.
some of liquidity, it
Okay.
came to
Okay.
react by any of the key level, and it may give you a buy move to make a new higher highs.
Okay. Okay.
Other ways, it can make a lower low to break a structure and make the trend to the bearish. So the always a retracement has a two moves, a temporary move or a permanent move.
Okay. Okay.
So how we confirm that it is a temporary move or a permanent move? We need what this is the selling happen here, right? The sales
Right.
are happening
Right.
here, right? We need a buy confirmation inside this range. Did you
Okay.
understand?
Okay.
We need a buy confirmation inside this range. If
Okay.
we see this buy confirmation inside this range, then we came to know the retracement has been entered, the expansion has been started.
Okay. Okay.
If there is no confirmation, understand? If there's no confirmation, then the cells is continue to go to break the structure and it will change the trend to the downside.
Okay.
Did
Okay.
you understand? So what
Understood.
is what is our duty here is we need to monitor here. We know the trend. We know the trend. The trend was bullish. Okay.
Right.
So
Right.
in a bullish trend, we are in the retracement move.
Right.
Okay. So what we are going to monitor here, we will mark this range first. Okay. So
Okay.
this is the
Okay.
range. Understand? The range from this low to so the range
The
started here, right? This
right.
low to
Right.
this high.
Okay. Okay.
So inside this range, okay,
Okay.
we need some buy confirmation.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what is the
And
buy
down
confirmation? Yeah.
it will not.
It will
This
not.
means
This
it
means
doesn't
it
come at
doesn't
the
come
end
at
of
the
the
end of
this the down
Sorry.
last candle.
last candle.
Whatever, the thing is, if it not break a structure to the downside by a candle body, it's still valid. Understand? If it broke the structure, then the trend is bearish. If it not broke a structure, we are still looking
Hello.
for
Hello.
buys.
Can you hear
So
me?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Now.
Yeah, now.
the buy is valid until here. Understand? Inside from
Okay.
it
Okay.
may drop, it can give you buy confirmation in this level, or it may drop to the lower side and it can give you the buy confirmation. Until
Okay.
here, it valid.
Okay. Okay.
Do you
Good.
understand here?
Good.
So all we need is a buy confirmation.
Okay.
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 So here, what I do here is, if I go for a weekly time frame, here you can see, here I have the weekly key level. Did you see here?
Right. Right.
So this is the weekly key level. First, you need to know what is the key levels.
Okay. Okay.
We have three types of key levels. We
Okay.
have
Okay.
V-shaped key level, we have A-shaped key level, we have open close key level. So
Right.
what is V-shape and the A-shape key level? You can check here. The open and close will be on the same place. You can see
Okay. Okay.
that would be same place. It would be
Okay.
same.
Okay.
That would be the V-shaped key level.
Okay. If it is the
Okay. If it is
difference,
the
it doesn't
difference, it doesn't have
we
a
should
There is no key
can't be
level.
considered.
If it not closed in the same level, that is not a key level.
Okay.
Understand?
Okay. Okay.
If it is the in the lower side, that is the V shape. If it is
Okay.
in the upper
Okay.
side, that would be the A shape. You can check
Asian.
that would be the same level. You can
Okay.
check that is
Okay.
the same level.
Okay.
Understand?
Okay.
So these are the V shape and the A shape key level. What is the open close key level? The opening level and the closing level would be the same. That is the
Okay.
open close
Okay.
key level. This is the open close key level.
Okay.
This is the
Okay.
open close key level.
Okay. Okay.
Understand?
Okay. Okay.
Whenever, if you're looking for every candle, each candle look like a valid key level, but you need to choose the correct one.
Okay.
Understand?
Okay.
So
Okay.
here you can see we have this weekly key level, right?
Right. Right.
Now the weekly candle close in 2 days. Understand? So we
Okay.
cannot
Okay.
confirm that. We cannot directly enter here because in 2 days, whatever it may happen, go to the downside and it will be close in upside. Understand?
Mm,
It
mm.
may look like this. Understand? It
Right.
will
Right.
it will open here and it will make this low. It will go to this low tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow it may close upside here. So how it look like? It look like this week.
Okay. Okay.
Understand? So if we have 2 days, we cannot take the current candle. We need to wait for it to close, right? So
Right. Right.
we have a weekly key level here. In a daily time frame, we have this. What are the key level we have here? You can check. This is the open close key level
Open.
we have.
Open. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and this is also the open close key level we have. And you can check. This is the V-shaped key level we have. So
Right.
these are
Right.
the key levels.
Okay. Okay.
Understand? So we do not enter directly here. Understand? We
Okay.
need a
Okay.
buy confirmation. So how we look for the buy confirmation? The two things. We will look for a daily reject daily.
Okay.
It means
Okay.
a daily key level need to be rejected by a daily candle.
Okay.
You understand
Okay.
it? Now today
Yes.
candle
Yes.
closed above from this level.
Okay.
This
Okay.
key level already triggered, right?
Right. Right. This
Now,
is
if this
open.
candle
Open.
closed above than this key level, we call this daily reject daily.
Okay. Okay.
Understand?
Mm.
Not only
Mm.
a daily reject daily, we also concentrate with, for a buy confirmation, we will
Okay.
concentrate
Okay.
with H4 breakout structure.
Okay. Okay.
Understand? Following by this daily reject daily, we
Mm.
need to see
Mm.
the H4 breakout structure. For example, this is daily reject daily. Okay, we need to go for the H4 time frame. This is the H4 time frame. In this
Okay.
H4
Okay.
time frame, it need to break a structure this level.
Okay. Okay.
The above. The above.
Why that level? If you go for the line chart, you can check. That is the reason for the daily candle to trigger on the key level, right? This is the
Yeah.
reason for
Yeah.
here.
Yes. Yes.
So that need to given us a breakout. Did you
Okay.
understand?
Okay.
So if this daily reject daily and we have the H4 breakout structure, we will consider the trend is bullish. We started for buying opportunity, then we will take a trade.
Okay. Okay.
Understand? Now you may ask me a question here. We have this daily reject daily here, okay? And the H4 level was so far level. You can check. This is the level was too far, right?
Too
Too
far.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you calculate the pips from here to here, that would be almost 190 pips. So we
Right. Right.
cannot wait for 190 pips to take a trade or to confirm the trade.
Okay.
So in that situation, we can concentrate on internal breakout.
Okay.
What is internal breakout? From this level to this level, here the new structure was forming. You can see here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you go for the line chart here, you may see that. You can check the new structure was forming. So if a candle break that level,
Okay.
Okay.
So we
So
can
we can
understand?
consider.
consider.
That is internal structure.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what is the reason for internal structure? What is the reason for external structure? Why we are looking for external structure always? Why we cannot consider this internal structure? Because that is the riskier one. Why? Because sometimes what it can be happen, the candle give us a breakout to the upside like this.
Okay.
Okay.
Understand? A candle give you a breakout to the upside and takes the liquidity, and this key level make the sell move to the downside.
Okay.
Okay.
So it has the risk possibilities. So the whatever we are taking a trade from the internal structure is always a riskier one. But if a structure break this external structure, there will be at least 80 to 90 possibilities. It can change the direction from bearish to bullish, and it can go away like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Understand? That is the reason for internal and external structure. So when the external structure is too far level, in that situation, we need to concentrate on the internal structure. It would be a riskier one. We need to manage our risk at the time, but still we can consider that internal structure.
Okay.
Understand?
Okay.
So what I have told you is you need to concentrate on the structure. What structure we are in. Understand?
Okay.
What
Okay.
trend we are in, bullish trend or the bearish trend. Once you confirm the trend, you need to choose what phase we are in. We are in the expansion phase or the retracement phase. Like expansion phases, a bullish one, in the retracement phase is this bearish one,
Very,
right?
very sure.
So you need to choose. So if you are in the retracement phase, in a bullish trend, in a bullish trend, in a bullish trend, if you are in the retracement phase, what you need to do, you need to wait for a retracement to complete first. How you understand the retracement is complete? If you have any liquidity sweep, understand? You have any higher time frame candle wick like that, okay?
Okay. Okay.
That wick has been taken by the next day candle by like that. That is the reason for, whenever you are seeing a sweep, that means the candle don't has interest to go down.
Okay.
That is the reason for big for in higher time frame. Did you understand? So if we have sweep in like that, understand? If we have sweep like that, and if it is this candle is sponsored by any key level, any VC key level, that is
Okay.
the reason for the retracement has been completed. If
Okay.
we are
Okay.
seeing like that, then we can confirm the retracement is completed.
Okay. Okay.
Understand?
Okay.
So
Okay.
once the retracement is completed, what we do? We need to look for the expansion. Understand?
Right.
So
Right.
for the expansion, what we do? This is a daily reject daily. We go for the H4 time frame breakout structure.
Okay. Okay.
So once this happens, then we can tell that we are going to face the expansion. So clear?
Yeah. Clear,
Yeah,
bro.
clear, bro. So here, why we cannot confirm the retracement phase? Because there is no liquidity has been taken. Did you understand here? Now here you can see this may be considered as liquidity. Now tomorrow candle drop to the downside.
Okay.
It
Okay.
dropped to the downside, and it is sponsored by this open close key level. Then we can tell that the retracement is completed.
Okay. Okay.
Did you understand here?
I got. I got.
Or if today candle close above like this, that would be considered like that. It will sweep this candle low and it will close above like this.
Okay. Okay.
So that is considered as the retracement has completed. Did you understand?
Okay.
So you need to know what are the reasons for confirming the retracement has been completed. It must need to take any of the liquidity, or after taken the liquidity, it must sponsored by any of the candle, any of the key level.
Okay. Okay.
So that is the reason for the retracement has been completed. Once the retracement has been completed, we start looking for buy opportunity to enter to the expansion phase.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Okay. Yeah.
So this is how we look for structure. We concentrate for the structure first. The structure is very important. You
Okay.
need to know the trend. You need to know what phase we are. Understand? After that, the liquidity. So the liquidity is, I always told you, what is the liquidity? The liquidity is, important for entry. If you are looking for some entry, then the liquidity nearby that level is very important. The
Okay.
liquidity is always a trap. You have some key level here, you have some key level here. Nearby that key level, if you have this liquidity, understand?
Okay.
If
Okay.
you have this liquidity, then that key level is more valid one. So we can look for buy opportunity from that level, and we can start to buy from that level.
Okay.
Understand? The liquidity is also the buy opportunity for the retailers. Understand? What they
Okay.
do, they all started to buy from that level. The retailers look like that is the order block, that is the fair value gap, that is the key level. They all put the buy order from that level. So
Okay.
what the institution do, they hit their stop losses, and after when they are out from the market, out to the market, they
Mhm.
trigger from that key level and they push into the higher.
Okay.
So the liquidity is always the trap, you know, that is also look like a buying opportunity for the retailers.
Okay.
So what happened, if any big liquidity, big wick is happening, a candle making a big wick, many of the people think that a candle is rejected by this zone, so we all going to buy from that level.
Okay. Okay.
So they all put their buy opportunity, the buy orders from that level. So what the institution do, the institution make a candle to take that level and trigger from any key level, and then they will show the buy power. So it look like the sweep of that level.
Mhm. Mhm.
Did you understand why the sweep is happening?
Got it. Got it.
Got it, got it. So the liquidity is always a trap. So we always use the liquidity for entry opportunity. If we have any buy level, so nearby that level we have any liquidity, we always concentrate on that key level, that buying opportunity there.
Okay. Okay.
Did you understand?
Yeah.
So the liquidity is also the important one. So after taking the liquidity, the key level comes to the place. The key level is always the sponsor level. Understand? We all know that the expansion has been completed. The retracement will start. The retracement will completed. The expansion will start.
Okay. Okay.
Did you understand here?
Yeah.
This is the market cycle. Now, how we know that the expansion is start here? How we know that the retracement is start here? By a key level.
Right. Right.
Understand? So for expansion, what happened? The liquidity will taken here and it is sponsored by any of the key level.
Okay. Okay.
Now key level is supported for the expansion.
Okay.
In a retracement, what happened? It will take any high, any monthly high or any weekly high. So the high will be taken by a candle, a candle big or a level. Then it will give you any key level on lower time frame to make a retracement.
Okay. Okay.
Understand? For example, you can see here what happened here. You can see there will be a liquidity sweep, a candle give us the liquidity sweep.
Equities.
So the expansion started here. You can check. The expansion started here
Okay. Okay.
and it completed by a liquidity sweep. The
Okay.
retracement started here to the downside.
Okay. Okay.
And the
And the
opposite is that is
opposite
the
is that is
open
the
key level, open and close
open
key
and
level.
close key
When
level.
you
When
just
you
scroll
just
that
scroll that
candle, the
candle,
sweep
the
candle,
sweep candle. This
is that
one
open
is that
key level,
open key
open
level,
and
open
close.
and close key level.
No, not this.
No,
The
not
top
this.
one,
The
the
top one,
last
the last
wick.
week. This one.
So this is
So this
okay.
is okay.
It's not
It's not
test.
triggered by that level. If you go for the weekly time frame, we
Okay.
came to it came to that level,
Okay. Okay.
that open close key level, and we have this fair value gap.
Okay. Okay.
Understand?
Okay.
So a weekly key level, daily liquidity sweep. What is the daily liquidity sweep? This is the liquidity sweep. You can see the
Okay.
previous candle high has been taken.
Okay, and this is
Okay, and this
A-shaped
is
key
A-shaped
level.
key level. A-shaped key level, but it's not triggered by that level. If you go for the lower time frame, the H4 time frame, you can
Okay.
see
Okay.
the structure, the internal structure has been broken out
Okay. Okay.
and it started to selling.
Okay. Okay.
Understand? So
But
that
it
is the
does not
reason
create
for
this is
this is
liquidity after
liquidity after
breakout.
breakout. Sorry,
After
after
breakout, what
breakout,
is the
what is the
liquidity
liquidity
region?
region? Here you can see the liquidity. The candle sweep was the liquidity.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
entry it will
entry
be
it will be
here.
here.
Again, we have to
Again, we
go
have
for
to
the
go for
lower
the
time
lower
frame
time
here
frame. You
after
can
the
see on the H2 time frame that will be created the A-shaped key level entry.
Okay.
Okay. You understand?
Okay.
Okay. So that level is, when it came to the entry topic, I will explain you very clearly that. So here, what you need to know is how it changed the direction. Why?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the expansion will came to here. You can see. So here, this would be the expansion came to here, and it came to fill the fair value gap, fill the imbalance.
Okay.
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 Once it fill the imbalance, it is also sponsored by a weekly key level.
Okay.
Okay. So there is a weekly reject weekly. When you go for the daily time frame, so inside the weekly key level, we have the daily sweep.
Okay. Okay.
So that is the reason for a candle started to make, whenever we have a sweep, that is the intention. A candle don't want to go above from that level.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we can go for the H4 time frame. In H4 time frame, the breakout structure is 2 for level, that is 2 for level. Understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that is the reason for that buying.
Right. Right.
So what we do when it is 2 for level, we can concentrate on internal breakout. If you go for the lower time frame, you can check that is the internal breakout.
Okay. Okay.
So there is internal breakout has been came here, and the candle takes a liquidity, and that is missed by 1 pips in this key level, maybe one
Okay.
or
Okay.
2 pips that would be there.
Mm-hmm.
The entry was missed here, and it started to go for the downside for making another expansion. So what you need, what we need to concentrate here, a candle need to show the interest inside the range. Understand? The range
Okay.
was
Okay.
from this low to this high. So inside this range, we need to
Okay.
look for a candle need to show the interest for buys. If there
Okay.
is no interest or there is no intent for buys, then it not hold for any buy trend. It will go for the breakout to the downside, and it will continue the trend to the downside.
Okay. Okay.
Understand? So the first thing, let me show you some of other charts so you can understand it clearly. We can go for
Okay.
the GBP, JPY, and let's see what happened.
Gold or
Gold or
anything.
anything.
There is a
There is a
big kind
big
of
kind
this.
of this.
I'm
I'm
getting
getting
confused over
confused
there
over
also.
there also. On gold, you need to understand that is based on the geopolitical moment. When we
Okay.
had we
Okay.
have the war here. They
Okay.
are making the announcement, the each and every. So the gold must affect to that news. When it
Okay.
came to the price action, still it need to affect by the news. When there is a big move, big international news was happening. That still, but still, when it came to the structure, maybe you can see with that on a weekly time frame, on a weekly or the daily time frame, you can check here what happened here. So on the daily time frame, you can check a candle on a weekly, yes. On a weekly time frame, a candle takes a big liquidity here. Understand?
Okay.
It takes the all liquidity here.
Okay.
Okay. And we can tell that it is sponsored by this open close key level, right?
Right.
Right. So this open close key level. So we can concentrate that one. In this buy trend, a candle in this buy trend means that is the expansion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. After it completed the expansion, a candle make a retracement by taking this liquidity.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, and it provides another expansion by you know sponsoring by a key level by taking a liquidity.
Okay.
Okay. Why that is the liquidity? Because that is the V-shaped key level. The many people started to look for buying opportunity from that. So a
Okay.
candle takes that all liquidity, and it is sponsored by a key level. Right? This is on the weekly time frame. And you can check here what is happening on the daily. What happening on the daily? The daily internal breakout was done by here.
Okay. Okay.
Understand?
Okay. Okay. Got
So
it.
the retracement has been completed. So the retracement has been completed. So the retracement has been completed. and we have the internal breakout structure, the internal breakout that shows the entrance we are in the buy mode, right?
Correct.
So here you can see after the breakout, a candle triggered from the open close key level.
Yeah.
So that we can concentrate a daily reject daily, right?
Right.
Now after that, what we need to concentrate after daily reject daily
For us.
on H4 breakout. If you go for the H4 time frame, you can see the daily reject daily was done by here, and the H4 breakout was done by here.
Right.
Am I right?
Right.
So after that breakout, we simply concentrate on the liquidity and key level.
Okay.
So this is the first buying opportunity from that key level and putting our stop loss into that level. And we are on the expansion move. So we're going to target a new highs, right? So
Right.
target was on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, the target was the next key level, the next open close key level on here. That is the next target. Understand?
Okay.
Now we can check here. The external breakout was here. Did you understand? If you go for the H4 time frame, the daily reject daily, the H4 breakout was where? You can check the daily reject daily was here. This is our daily reject daily. This is our daily reject daily. Where is our H4 breakout? You can check. Okay, this is H4 breakout.
If
From that level, I think so. If you go for a weekly time frame, in this weekly time frame, we have choose this weekly open close key level here, right? Now,
right.
if you check your daily breakout level, the daily breakout level is so far. That's why we choose the internal breakout here.
Okay.
Did you understand why we choose the internal breakout? Because the external breakout was so far. Now we need to came with here. So here we have a daily breakout to the upside. We have a daily breakout to the upside, and we have the open close key level here. Okay, we have this open close key level and a candle making a new breakout to the upside. Understand? So we need to wait for a candle close here.
Okay.
Once a candle close to the upside, a breakout level, I will still concentrate for another key level. I will look for buy opportunity from that level to make another new higher highs.
Okay.
Did you understand? If a candle not give us a breakout, failed to give us a breakout, then I will concentrate on, this daily open close key level as the bearish key level, and I will concentrate this liquidity, and I will consider this daily reject daily for a bearish move.
Okay. Then it will be an expansion, no, bro?
No, what is it? It is the trend continuation, same like that expansion. We have a breakout level, we have taken the liquidity, we have sponsored by a key level. If a candle close below here, I will go for the H4 time frame and look for the external breakout. The external breakout is so far level. So I don't look for external breakout. I will look for internal breakout here. Once the internal breakout done, I will look for the selling opportunity to take that.
Okay.
So what you need to concentrate on the daily closing level.
Okay.
Bro, and I have a FOMO. Normally, when the market drops us go upside, no, I do not know from where it going to start because I get confused. Till where it is going
Sorry,
to
what do
come
you
and
mean?
change the point, no, I get confused with that.
Sorry, once again, I cannot hear you.
No, when the normally now the gold went through, still I do not know whether it's a downtrend again, it's going to downtrend. I do not
The
know.
thing is, don't keep confusing. The thing is the liquidity and the key level. Here, some of the liquidity has been taken, right? The liquidity has been taken. If there is a nearby key level, there is a lot of nearby key level. So this open close key level, the candle is rejecting. The first thing is you need to monitor the candle is respecting to the key level or not.
Okay.
So how you monitor that? if a candle close below the key level, we can confirm that the candle is respecting to that key level.
Okay.
You understand? If any candle rejects from that and close below it, that means it respecting to the key level. For example, you can see here, this is the open close key level. A candle reject from it and candle close below it. That means that candle is respecting to that key level. You can check here. We have this QM level, that QM key level. A candle is reject from here and close below here. That means a candle is respecting to the key level.
Okay.
Understand? So the thing is, you need to wait for it. The candle is respecting. Every candle reject from a key level, but if it is a valid key level, then it must close above or close below the key level.
Okay.
Did you understand it? Some people only look for rejection and they start enter to the trade.
Okay.
But for more confirmation, if you need to wait for a candle to close below or close above. If that is the bullish key level, you can check this is the bullish key level. You need to wait for a candle to close above to the key level. Once
Okay.
it goes above, then we can confirm that the candle is respecting to the key level. Here you can check this is a V-shaped key level, but what happened? It doesn't vary. It doesn't close above to the upside.
Right.
Understand? So the thing is, in a higher time frame, every key level, if you are marking a key level, the candle need to close above or below. So when a candle is closing above or below, nearby, if you have any liquidity, that is more valid one. For example, you can see here we have the liquidity. The liquidity has been taken, it making a sweep of that level, and a open close key level is closing below it. Then that is more valid one.
Okay.
For example, here you can see we have a QM key level, and you can see the candle is taking the liquidity. So a candle has a nearby liquidity, a candle respecting to the key level by closing below it. That
Okay.
makes a sense that that key level is respecting here. For example, here you can see we have only a key level. If you think that there is no liquidity, then this is the sweep is the liquidity. You can check the sweep is the liquidity. The candle takes the liquidity and make a key level. The candle is respecting to the key level by closing below it.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So the thing is a candle closer and nearby liquidity levels. That's it.
Nice.
Understand? So the main thing you need to concentrate here is your structure first. Whenever you are taking a trade, you need to analyze the structure. What is the structure? There is nothing, whatever the pair you can go for. Just go for the higher time frame. This is the Euro NST. If you go for the daily time frame or the weekly time frame, you can check what happening here.
So I has
So
to
I has to
start from
start
monthly or
monthly or
weekly
whatever,
from
the if the monthly is not affecting to the lower time frame, then you don't want to check. If it is nearby any monthly key level, then you need to consider. For example, here you can see the previous monthly high was taken here, and we have this monthly open close key level, and we have this monthly QM level. So a monthly is nearby level, so we need to concentrate a monthly level. So the monthly was a bearish one, right?
Right.
Why that is a bearish one? Here you can check. It makes a higher high like that. You can check. We have the buy move to the upside. That is the expansion. Okay.
Retracement.
After the expansion, what happened? A candle came to the retracement to the downside. Why? By taking a liquidity, it making a sell move to the downside. So once the sell move has been downside, what happened here? The retracement has been end by that level. You can check the liquidity has been taken and it is sponsored by a monthly key level.
Okay.
So we are on the monthly expansion still. Okay, we are on the monthly expansion. So here, this monthly expansion has been completed by this level
Okay.
like this, right? Now, where we are? we are on the monthly retracement here. Okay, we are on the monthly retracement. If you go for a weekly time frame, you can check we have a weekly key level and we have the weekly liquidity.
Right.
Okay,
And this is
and this
not
is
the
not the
sheep
key level,
right?
right? Which one? This is the
This
open close key level.
no, the
No,
sweep.
the sweep.
This is
Yes,
not.
this is making the candle is still making running candle, right?
Okay.
When the candle closer, then we concentrate on the key level. Still, the candle is running. Whatever may be happen here. Say we can go for a daily time frame. On a daily time frame, what we are seeing, the candle is making to the downside here. Understand? So what we need to expect here is you can see on the H4 time frame, on a daily time frame, you can check a candle is give you a sweep of that level and it broke a structure of the H4 time frame. Understand?
Yes.
So the weekly is you can understand clearly. A weekly is taken the liquidity sponsored by a key level. First thing. A daily is taking a liquidity and it broking a structure to the downside. You can go for it, check that is the structure has been broken.
Okay.
Understand? So what I need to do is I will go for the H4 time frame. I will wait for some retracement to the upside. If a candle give you the confirmation for me sells, then I'm concentrating on this sell.
Okay.
Understand? So the thing is you need to start from higher time frame. You need to start what is happening on the structure first, and you need to confirm what are the phase we are in, expansion or the retracement.
Okay.
Done. So after that, we started to look for entries. So first practice this structure. Whenever you, whatever you have doubt in structure, you can ask in any of the chart. So I will clear the structure first. And tomorrow's session, I will clear about the entries. What are the entries we can taken from the directly or the confirmation?
Okay.
Sir, you
No,
have
and what
no,
else
and what else
doubt can
doubt
I
can
message
I
you so
message
that
you
for
so
tomorrow's
that
session
for
it will be
tomorrow's
very
session it will
useful
be very
because
useful because yeah, whatever you doubts you can message me. I can clear in the doubts in the tomorrow class that will be helpful.
okay. And I have
Okay,
this
and I
from
have
the
this
spread
from the
also
spread also.
when
The spread is, when it came to the broker, sometimes the broker is different from the current market price.
okay.
You understand? So it always displayed on the broker the how much spread you are away from that current market price. You need to add that spread into your entries.
Okay.
If the entry was like this, if I'm giving the entry on this weekly time frame in this open close key level, okay. So this open close key level has like this entry, which is 2.0923, and we have the spread like here like this, okay. So like this, I will put our stop loss here, right? So when a candle trigger on the trading view like this, sometimes your broker doesn't trigger to that level. So what you need to do, you just mark that level 2.02992, right? And you need to mark a spread. Understand? You need to if you go for your MT5 chart, there in every price it will show you some kind of spread. That spread you need to add here. For example, if I go for the H2 time frame, so here what are the you can go for the pips. So that is the stop loss is almost 61 pips, right? So if your entry is, if your broker is away from 10 or 20 pips, you need to place your entry on below than 20 pips. So your entry need to be 2.0277 pips.
Okay.
Understand? You need to put your entry before that spread level.
Okay.
If it is the 20 pip spread, you need to add your entry 2.002784. Did you see here the candle price here? Whatever I'm marking the price, you can see on the right arrow. So you need to just keep add on the spread and put your entry on that level. So that is the reason for sometimes we are missing the entry by by spread like this, 2 to 5 pips or 10 pips. So you
Okay.
need to
Okay.
always add your spread to the
Okay. Okay.
entry to the stop loss.
Okay.
Understand?
Okay. Got it. Got it.
So
Bro,
that's it.
and finally, have a engulfing entry of set in one video. Oh, so normally the engulfing, how it works, the second candle wick has to be considered.
So the engulfing entry, how we consider the engulfing entry. We have a higher time frame candle like this. Okay,
Okay.
this is a
Okay.
higher time frame candle. So in
Okay.
this higher time frame candle, that must be, the first candle must be a liquidity candle.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that that high is also liquidity, the low is also liquidity.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
if the candle high was taken by the next candle and closed below it,
Okay. Okay.
so the first candle we called as the C1 candle, the
Okay.
second candle we called as the C2 candle.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the C1 candle creates a liquidity, a
Okay.
C2 candle takes a liquidity.
Okay. Okay.
Once it takes the liquidity and the candle close. If the candle close by like this key level,
Okay.
the
Okay.
A-shaped key level,
Okay.
then
Okay.
we are taking a trade on the third candle which is triggered by that key level.
Okay. Okay.
Did you understand here?
Got it. Got it.
So we are taking a trade by that C3 candle.
Okay.
Now,
Anyone can.
what? Yes. So what I do here is, what I do here is that C2 candle takes the liquidity, right?
Right. Right.
That C2 candle need to sponsor by any of the key level.
Okay. Okay.
Did you understand here what I'm telling you?
Okay. Okay.
C1 candle creates a liquidity.
Okay.
C2
Okay.
candle takes the liquidity. We are
Okay. Okay.
entering a trade on C3, which is C1, C2 make a key level, right? That's
Okay.
our
Okay.
entry. For more confirmation,
Okay.
what engulfing I choose? If the C2 sponsored by any key level,
Okay. Okay.
then I choose that engulfing. That is more confirmation for choosing engulfing candle.
Okay. Okay.
Do you understand what I mean here?
Yes. Yes.
For example, let me show you. Um, set here on a daily time frame. So here, so here you can check that level by can check. We have a sweep of that level, right?
Right. Right.
And you can check the both candle give you the V-shaped key level.
Right. Right.
Okay. Now here you can check that candle which makes the liquidity, right? That liquidity, if it is sponsored by any key level, I will take that trade.
Okay. Okay.
If that is sponsored by this level, if this level is sponsored by any of the key level,
Okay. Okay.
then I will take that that level to consider that engulfing entry.
Okay.
Same like that on here. Here you can check on the here you can check. We have the C1 candle creates a liquidity.
Okay.
C2 candle
Okay.
takes the liquidity. We are
Okay.
taking a
Okay.
trade on C3 candle. For
Okay.
more
Okay.
confirmation, what I do, that C2 candle is sponsored by any of the key level.
Okay. Okay.
Understand? That middle candle. which takes the liquidity here, right?
Correct,
That
correct,
is sponsored by any key level. Then I will concentrate that on more.
okay, okay,
Understand?
got it,
If it is
got
done, then I will enter directly on that C3 candle as a engulfing entry to target to the downside.
okay, okay.
So here,
Clear, bro, clear.
make sure I will send you the recording. Watch the recording once again. And
Okay,
whatever you have
okay.
doubts, you can ask me on the chat section.
Oh,
So we
sure,
can
bro.
clear
I'll
the
make
further.
it helpful.
Yeah, sure.
And thank you. Tomorrow, same time, bro.
Same time. Yeah, same.
Okay, thank you so much, bro.
Yeah, brother. Thank you for the time.